They say there are no seasons in Los Angeles, but that's not really true. It's just that our seasons exist along a narrower bandwidth than most of the country is accustomed to. One consequence is Angelinos are attuned to the smallest change in the weather. We can tell you the difference between 72 degrees and 68 degrees, and we'll be wearing the sweater to prove it. It also means that when larger changes take place, we take particular note. And changes are coming. These are forests. They're not on any map you'll find, but they're every bit as real as any state park you've ever visited. They're the suburban and urban forests that characterize Los Angeles, and they've evolved over decades and centuries, even millennia, that human beings have been interacting and shaping the land in Southern California. It's a remarkable ecosystem comprised of everything from old growth trees that predate the neighborhoods themselves to modern landscaping using the most advanced water-saving and sustainability techniques. And equally importantly, it's the reason people choose to live in these places. From the southern tip of Los Angeles all the way out to the northeast San Fernando Valley, especially this time of year, summertime, these trees are family. They're precious. Of course, the suburban forests aren't just nice-to-haves, enjoyed by a privileged few. These videos are from across LA, some of the most diverse, working, and middle-class communities in the state of California. And these trees, these forests, they're the heart and soul of countless hundreds of neighborhoods. As urban areas expand, suburban forests in fact become more important, compensating for the loss of open space, bulwarks against climate change. And on top of it all, they're beautiful. And yet, despite the many undeniable environmental, social, health, community, and other benefits of the suburban forest and the single-family communities that support and sustain them, lawmakers in Sacramento have determined that single-family zoning must be done away with, that it is the cause of and product of everything from racial disparities to, oddly, environmental degradation. As we'll see in a minute, the environmental arguments seem specious. The notion that replacing thousands of square miles of suburban and single-family communities with densely constructed side-by-side apartments and condos simply defies common sense. Along with the environmental arguments, one of the things that we hear consistently out of Sacramento is that single-family neighborhoods are exclusionary, that so-called R1 zoning by its very nature precludes certain people from participating, particularly people of color and lower income and working class Californians. Yet according to U.S. Census Bureau data, about 45% of Los Angeles residents live in single-family homes. Another 8 to 12% live in mobile homes, townhomes, split levels, or other detached and semi-detached dwellings. And of those who live in apartments and other multi-unit residences, a good proportion are young families and young people who fully expect to move into a home in the near future, and retirees and other people who have chosen that lifestyle. With these facts in mind, the question must be asked: who's being excluded? All of this raises the most important question of all. What happens if bills like SB 9 and SB 10 pass? What if Sacramento gets its way? So what are the consequences when a single-family neighborhood is upzoned? Well, as this video shows, the first thing we lose is most of the suburban forest. This is West LA. These are 2 blocks, one existing single-family and one that's been upzoned. See for yourself. Here's another perspective. This is from Culver City. You can literally see the line where the single-family neighborhood ends and the dense, nearly treeless multifamily begins. These days, given prohibitive cost of construction in many places, you also tend to get buildings that are indistinguishable. You could drop somebody in Seattle, Boston, Denver, Los Angeles. You wouldn't even know where they are. It's actually creepy. And by creepy, we mean, well, creepy. Entire neighborhoods, even entire cities, start to become indistinguishable from one another. Community planning and development decisions are no longer made by neighbors. They're made by distant and unaccountable bureaucrats, the vast majority of whom have never even stepped foot in the zip code. And the results? Well, we're already seeing them. And they're not good. And there's a final problem. We're solving the wrong crisis. More of these is not going to do anything to help these folks. This development is no home for these folks. It doesn't do this guy a lick of good. There are solutions. There are ways to both preserve and protect our existing communities and neighborhoods while expanding opportunity for those who want to live in them. It's possible to expand access to housing and affordable housing without the wholesale decimation of critical and cherished resources like our suburban forests. In future videos, we'll explore some of those solutions, including urban infill, repurposing of buildings and structures, and even direct subsidies. Everything should be on the table, everything except destroying the things and the neighborhoods that we love. Thanks for watching.